Hi, welcome to this newest episode of Sports Talk Central. I'm your host, Adeep Mahmood, with my normal co-host, Hunter. And today we're going to be talking about the Baker Mayfield trade. We're going to be talking about the Orioles. We're going to be talking about the Angels. And then we're going to be playing a game of Guess the NFL Team by colleges. So let's go talk about the Baker Mayfield trade. What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, I was kind of like surprised that it happened finally, but I wasn't surprised where he went. Right, Carolina Panthers. That's been one of the top two rumor destinations, I would say, for a long time now. Glad that I'm glad that I can root for him again. I don't have to, you know, I guess hope for him to fail hope for him to succeed when he's on the Cleveland Browns. He was done dirty by them. And, they may have to pay the price for at least one full season whenever the Deshaun Watson decision comes. I don't know if that's coming this week. I don't know if it's coming the week after. I got to think it's coming one of these 2 weeks because training camp is expected to open in the next couple of weeks, right? So, but, they just, he should not have played through that injury that he had, multiple injuries that he had last season. But, he toughed it out. He gave the Browns um, he he gave the Browns everything he had. So it's just I feel bad for him, but I also feel happy for him that he's on a different team now. But the Panthers, that's gonna be interesting down there. The first game, who they play, who the
Well,
Panthers. Yep, that is a peak revenge game down in Charlotte. I would have to think Mayfield is going to win that starting job. I was writing this week when I was working. The Panthers don't seem like they're just going to give it to him. Apparently, they like and respect Sam Darnold a whole lot, and I think that's going to be a competition. Why? I don't know. Sam Darnold, I do not think is better than Baker Mayfield. What do you say?
who's the Panthers coach?
Matt Rule. Yep.
That explains it.
Yeah. I mean, I think this was also one of their last ditch efforts to get someone that's good for him because his tenure's not been good.
No.
They failed for the last couple of seasons. If he can't get it together this year with Baker Mayfield, is he out next year? I think there's a pretty good chance that he could be. So, the Browns did not even barely get anything in return. It was basically almost a salary dump. Happy that he's away from them.
Got a backup kicker for the same price that the Browns got for Baker Mayfield. The backup kicker, by the way, has not played in the NFL ever since.
That's just sad. I mean, they bungled that, and again, he shouldn't have played through all those injuries last year. They screwed him with that. So in a way, I'm definitely happy for him. I hope he turns his career around. He looks like he's fully healthy. As for the Browns, well, good luck potentially having Jacoby Brissett start at least half your season next year. But what are your thoughts on the trade? And do you think Baker can turn it around and down in Charlotte?
It's tricky. I think that I'm going to first talk from the Browns' perspective. If you want to figure out a way, if you want to find out a way of how not to manage an off season, look at the Browns because
Yeah.
they're paying Baker Mayfield $10.5 million to not play for them, including about 400,000 at least, to try to beat them in week one. So that's the first problem. The second problem is you traded the form and more for Deshaun Watson, who is more likely suspended. Oh, and by the way, you lied about doing your diligence
Mm-hmm.
on that situation, and then you were proven to have your pants metaphorically down on that one. So it's still bad on that end. They got significantly weaker with no Odell, no Jarvis. I mean, Amari Cooper isn't bad, but he's not a significant upgrade. David Bell from Purdue is not a significant upgrade. I mean, Andrew Barry, Stefanski's job there. You have to imagine if they struggle next couple of years, this is a team that's ready to win now.
Mm-hmm.
Their job security is limited. So then you're talking about another GM head coach turmoil, which is what Cleveland has been known, which is what the Browns been known for. So
Basically.
it's a lot of bad like instability. Now on the Panther side, yeah, you're right. This is a last ditch effort. I mean, Matt Rule, his job security is at an all time low. Sam
Yes.
Darnold is playing for his NFL future. Baker Mayfield is playing for his NFL future. it's fine having two of the top 5 picks, top 4 picks in the 2018 draft, but when both of them play the same position and you didn't have to give up a ton, that should tell you a whole lot about where the state of their career. So now you have Baker, who's not your future. Sam Darnold's not you don't know if he's your future. You don't know what Matt Corral would be able to do. McCaffrey's had multiple injuries, like especially in the leg area, which for a running back is not a good thing. I mean, you still got DJ Moore and Terrence Marshall, so the offense looks good on paper, but this team could sputter really quickly next year. I mean, this is a team that luckily, I mean, unfortunately, they play in the same division as the Buccaneers, but after that, they don't really. There's not really a lot of good teams in that division, so
Yeah, I
they
mean,
have.
the Saints
Yeah,
can be average, I
right.
guess, and then the Falcons are probably not going to be good.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is they're in a position to be successful, and they have to be successful, and the margin for error has decreased because you're down. You don't know who your head coach is after next year. You don't know about your GM situation because if your coach goes, what happens to your GM? Your your top. You might be down 2 quarterbacks next year, and if not, then you're still average. Your running back might be running out of steam. I mean, the Panthers. It just seems like a last ditch effort. We'll see what happens with the Panthers, but it's also really it will be interesting what they do there. But yeah, the next topic is a happier note, at least on my end. Maybe because, but what are your thoughts on the Orioles and Orioles from the opposing fans' perspective?
Yeah, I mean, like it's good for baseball. You know, you have like an underdog Cinderella story going on right now. A team that I think everyone thought was going to be one of the worst teams in the league
Yeah,
this year, and they're basically right around 500, less than 3 games out of a wild card spot. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Heading into this year, they've won 8 in a row. They just swept away the Angels, and it's crazy. You know, you pull up the standings; they're still in last place, yet they're basically at 500. That just goes to show how competitive the AL East is this year. But you know, it seems like Camden Yards is being sold out right now on an
yeah,
every
multiple
basis.
3 games in a row where it's at least 25,000.
Yeah, I
And
mean
it's
that
not
that's
just floppy hats and Hawaiian shirts anymore. It is legitimately an exciting team to watch.
yeah. I mean, like, and that's awesome. I saw the walk-off home runs that the place was going just bonkers. You know, they swept away the Rangers before that. Now they have to play the Chicago Cubs, a team that I think they can beat.
Then they got the
Potentially,
Rays next week.
yep, that'll be a big series. So the window is there, and will they probably get? Well, I should say, will they probably make the playoffs? No, I don't think they will. But the opportunity is there
They're a lot
for.
closer than what we think they
Yeah,
would be, pretty
yeah,
much.
I think so, and they're taking the MLB world by storm. I saw that Jeff Passan tweeted, Dean. Their payroll is less than what Max Scherzer is making right now, which is absolutely crazy. But I'll turn it over to you here. How are you feeling when it looks I kind of like I wrote this today when I was working. It's almost like the Han Solo never tell me the odds thing going into the season when he
Yeah.
was talking in Star Wars. So they don't care, and they're playing some really strong baseball right now.
They're playing with house money pretty much at this point. And because here's the thing, they're 43 and 44, and this is the insane part. Look at the 43 and 44. They're barely in last place, and they're almost at 500. Like
Yeah,
they are one Jorge Lopez blown save away from having the entire AL East be 500 or above. Oh, and by the way, the All-Star break's coming up soon. Like this isn't March, guys. This isn't April. This isn't May. This is middle of July. Like that's the best part. And the best part is no John Means. He had Tommy John in
mhm.
April. Grayson Rodriguez. He right lat strain. He's out until September. That's your top pitching prospect. Your second best pitching prospect, DL Hall, hasn't made the majors yet. By the way, DL Hall had his last start, 6 innings pitched, no walks, I believe maybe one hit, and in 98 pitches, 14 strikeouts.
Wow.
Like, yeah. And I believe I think he had like 22 strikeouts in about 10 innings in his last 2 starts combined, or like 11 innings combined. So like
Those are really good numbers.
He's close. He is 2-3 starts away from getting into the majors. And then your third best pitching prospect, Kyle Bradish, had one really good start against the Cardinals where he had 11 strikeouts in 7 innings. He's been inconsistent. He's been injured. When he gets back. So basically, you're doing this and starting pitching. If starting pitching is key, your ace is out. Your top pitching prospect isn't there. Your second best pitching prospect isn't there, and your third best pitching prospect has only had 10 starts. So keep that in mind. And they have like 4 players. Like they got 4 pitchers in the bullpen and waiver claim. I was watching a game today with like 4 waiver claims in their bullpen, 1 trade, 1 draft, 1 guy that was drafted, and then 2 free agent signings. And then you look at their 8th inning guy, Felix Bautista. Like you can look at him and say he's 6'8", 270, and he has a nasty 102-mile-per-hour fastball that you have to prepare for, and then he'll drop a 90-mile-per-hour split-finger fastball with devastating depths. Like it's like a straight-up bowling ball. So it's unfair. Oh, by the way, last year he was pitching in high A ball. He was in high A ball last year. So now he's pitching meaningful innings in the majors. And he's your, by the way, 8th inning guy. So they're doing a lot of good things here. I mean, you look at the standings, they're right now 4 games away from being tied for second place.
That's crazy.
4 away. And then you have 2.5 games from the last wild card spot. And then you look at their win percentage. I mean, they would literally be in 3rd place in the AL Central with the record. They would be 3rd place in the AL West.
Mm-hmm.
They would be 4th place, I believe. Yeah, 4th place in the NL East. They will be in 3rd place in the NL Central.
That's just crazy, man.
And 4th place in the NL West.
It just goes to show like how competitive the AL East is this year, man. It's nuts.
Yeah. So are they going to make the playoffs? We don't know. But also they did recently update.
Probably not, but you never know.
Yeah, they probably not. But they so and I think what was oh yeah, they recently did the top 100, and then I mean you want to talk about good news for Baltimore. I mean Adley Rutschman was the #1 prospect. He graduates off the prospect list. And Grayson Rodriguez drops from 3 to 4. But Gunnar Henderson started the year around in the 70s, in the top 100. Quarter of the year, he got up to 41. He right now is the 5th best prospect in baseball.
Wow.
So the Orioles literally went from 2 guys in the top in the top 100 in the top 5 prospects to 2 guys in the top 5 prospects. Oh, and by the way, like I said, they're close to being in the playoffs. Oh, and in a week from now, they're picking first in the MLB draft. There's about $18 million in draft money. So you got the #1 farm system. The team's on the upswing. The light is clearly. I mean, the light's nowhere. It's not anymore like the light's barely at the end of the tunnel. And you can see it. The light's coming closer. You're coming closer to the light at the end of the tunnel, and great farm system, great development. Oh, and by the way, you have the #1 overall pick. You have $18 million to work with. If they end this month with a Drew Jones, the son of Andrew Jones, as the #1 overall pick, or the son of Matt Holliday, this team is bless you. This team could be building a super team in 2-3 years with all the talent they have, with the trades that they could make. I mean, this is a scary team, and they could get 1 or 2 big contracts. So it's really exciting to see what they're doing. Well, let's talk about a team that has going from a team that has maximized and has seen progress to a team that hasn't, and that is the Los Angeles Angels, which is the team that the Orioles just swept. How do you have Mike Trout and have 1 playoff appearance in 10 years?
That's just what is like the comparison to that? Like in other and any is there any other comparison in any sport to that?
The Nets.
Oh yeah, KD and Kyrie. Yeah, well, at least like they got there and they won a round last year. I'm pretty sure. This year, obviously, what happened was terrible, but it's just You have him. Wait, how do you have him and Shohei Ohtani, and you can't make the playoffs? That's even worse when you think about that. One of the best pitchers on the planet, two of the best hitters on the planet, and you tell me you can't get this right? How hard is it to build a team around those
Oh, and
two?
by the way, you've invested how much money in Rendon and how much Wilson? Like you guys have like the Angels haven't been able to develop,
Yep.
haven't been able to have good, successful long-term contracts. I mean, look, the problem. Look, I the owner. I feel like a lot of people are saying that that the Orioles need to get new ownership. I think the Angels need to get new ownership because it is
Yeah.
like ridiculous how bad they are. Like drafting 20 pitchers last year out of 20 potential draft picks. It's not something to be proud of. It tells me you have major problems in your starting pitching depth. And I'll be honest, I don't think the majority of those guys are going to be average pitchers. So that's the problem there. But the other thing, I mean, and the thing is, look, hey, and we like the Nationals fans have this problem. Like Nationals fans and owners or whatever, they have to deal with the potential of Juan Soto. But the problem is Juan Soto can be kept. But if you're the Angels, you haven't won with Mike Trout. You have a garbage farm system. You haven't won with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. You have not shown with big contracts that will work out. I mean, Josh Hamilton, that's another bad contract that didn't work out. You might have to trade um, uh, Trout or Ohtani, and that's going to be so bad for the fans. And now it gets to the point where not only do you have to trade them, you might not have to. You might trade them for a smaller package of prospects than you could have. So now
Mhm.
there's a no one's they're entering, and I want to hear your thoughts. Like I think it's a no win situation because if they keep those guys, they're not going to win. But if they trade those guys, they're going to lose that fan base. That fan base is
Yeah,
going to go to the Giants.
you're kind of in a no-win situation here. What the best course of action should be is to try to, just keep them, but, get better support players around them who A are going to stay healthy and who B can actually help you win. Rendon obviously is a great player, but I don't think anyone saw that he was just going to be this banged up, you know, basically each season that he's been there, right? The other support players, they haven't really been doing much, and that falls on the front office and that falls on the ownership for not identifying those players. So they need to really just start over with that. Keep Trout and keep Ohtani; those are generational talents that do not come around very often. And for the rest of the team, you just gotta, plug holes there, but plug holes there, and just, try to get that right because right now it's unacceptable. You hired Joe Madden to take your team to the playoffs. You weren't able to do that. You had to fire him to begin the season. Now it's spiraled even more out of control because the team is getting swept by a team that everyone thought was going to be a lottery team this year. And,
Oh, and
it's,
they lapped them because the Orioles gained like 15 games on them in like a month and a half, at least.
yeah, no, yeah, they really did. And it's just, they've done it all wrong out there. It's really unfortunate that it's come to this with the Angels.
Yeah, I mean they're 38 and 49. They're 38 and 49 right now, and and then like they are going to be sellers, but they don't really have the pieces for they don't really have the pieces to trade. I mean, Syndergaard Syndergaard's value is not there. Raisel Iglesias' value isn't great. And like I said, we both been saying, you have option. You have two guys you could trade, but you're going to lose your fan base if you trade those guys. So it's going to be interesting what they do there. And then the last thing we're going to do is, well, there's not a lot of stories. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like a quiz here, and it's basically so it's on Sporkle.com, and the idea is they'll give you the college of the quarterback, running back, and receiver,
Mhm.
and for every team, and they'll just give us that information, and uh, we have to take a guess, and we have to in 15 minutes see how many teams that we can get from that. So all right, so 15 minutes starts now. So what do you think? Duke, Penn State, Northern Illinois.
I just guess the team.
Yeah, no, the team. I know this one, but yeah,
Duke, Penn State, Northern Illinois.
yeah,
I guess I'm like lost for some reason.
Giants. I think it's the Giants.
Okay, try that.
All right. Boston College, Wisconsin, USC. So that's your quarterback, running back, receiver. That combination is which.
Boston. If that's the quarterback, I'd go the Colts, right? Because of
Yeah,
Matt Ryan.
yeah. Oregon, Tennessee, USC.
Oregon.
Chargers? No, can't be Is it Chargers? No,
No. Justin. I don't think just Justin Herbert went to Oregon.
no. He went to Oregon. Who's the?
Tennessee. I was gonna say tennis. Um, I don't know that one.
Let's go next. Fresno State, Alabama, Fresno State. I mean,
What?
Carr.
I guess Derek Carr, maybe. Yeah.
No, Derek Carr from the Raiders, Josh Jacobs from the Raiders, and Devontae Adams.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Alabama, Pittsburgh.
No, that's the Steelers. Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
North Dakota State. Isn't that Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz. So that would be Commanders
Yeah.
or Louisiana. You wanted South Carolina. I mean, Sean McLaurin. What other receivers would Washington have if it was South Carolina?
Terry McLaurin. That's a good question. I still would just go with the Commanders because it's.
Oh, that's wrong. All right. Well, yeah. Let's see. Florida State, Tennessee, Ohio State.
It's Jameis Winston, right? The Saints. Is that the Saints?
Saints. Yeah. Alabama, Washington, Dolphins.
Yeah, Tua. Yeah.
The Western Alabama was the reason for that.
I don't really know any other Alabama. Yeah, there you go.
Louisville.
Oh, you know that.
Yeah, that's Ravens.
Yeah.
Missouri, Oklahoma State, Ole Miss. My first thought was Drew Lock. Seahawks.
Yeah,
But
I think Seahawks.
sure are the Seahawks. Yeah. Oklahoma, Penn State, Ole Miss.
Baker Mayfield.
No, not Baker. Eagles.
Oh yeah, Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, would make sense. USC.
Panthers.
USC.
Panthers.
Oh, Sam Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold. Okay, yeah, I think that's right.
BYU, Iowa State, Ole Miss. I think Jets, I believe, because Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Also, there's also news on Zach Wilson that we're not going to talk about. But
yeah, that's some bad stuff right there.
All right, Michigan State, Florida State, LSU. To me, that's easy. That one's easy.
Yeah, Michigan State. Jesus.
Cousins.
Oh God, I forgot Kirk Cousins went to Michigan State. Jeez. Minnesota. Yeah.
Oklahoma, Pittsburgh. Okay, this one's a little tough.
Well, would it be Baker?
No, Baker. I mean, who's the receiver? Who's the running?
Pittsburgh. Oh no, I was gonna say Tyler Boyd. Oh, James. Oh, Kyler Murray.
Oh, Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals. Yeah, James Conner.
Yep.
Wyoming. Oh, well, that's Josh Allen.
Yeah, Mississippi State, Ohio State,
Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
Zeke Elliott right there. Yep.
Alabama, Louisville. Ooh. Patriots.
Yeah, Mac Jones. Yep.
Jones, Devontae Parker, Damian Harris.
Hmm.
North Dakota State, Memphis, Ohio State. Ooh.
North Dakota State. Who's the starting quarterback from there? It's not Carson. It's what?
Uh, can't be Garoppolo because Garoppolo's was from Illinois.
Yeah. Where did Jordan Love go? No.
The,
No, it's not the
no, because
Niners.
Memphis. No, it can't be Memphis. It can't be that. Uh, let's see, no,
Chargers.
nothing.
Bears. Is it
Broncos.
the Texans?
Well, it would be what? It would be Stanford. Not no. It would be UCF. No, it would be a college in California because Davis Mills.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Commanders. Who's the quarterback for the Falcons? No, no, no. It can't be Mariota.
Wait, what about where did Jared Goff go?
You no. Same place Rogers went. You see it? No. Berkeley.
Oh.
Well, no. Are you talking? No, no, no. Commanders. It could be Commanders. McLaurin. It would fit. It would
Yeah,
fit because Carson Wentz for North Dakota State.
try
Uh,
that one.
yeah, Memphis. Yeah, oh yeah, because Memphis. Gibson for Memphis. It's a running back.
Mhm.
Oregon, West Colorado, California. So either Mariota or it's
I,
I think either
I think
Falcons.
it's I think it's the Chargers.
Yeah, Falcons or Chargers. Yeah, oh yeah, because of California, Keenan Allen.
Yep.
Georgia, Florida State, Eastern Washington. That's easy. I know that one easily.
Yeah, Georgia. Jesus.
Eastern Washington should give it away.
Oh, that's the Rams, Matthew
Yeah.
Stafford.
California, UTEP, Iowa State. Um,
Cal.
wait, who went to UTEP? Aaron. No, it can't be Aaron Rodgers. Packers, because Cal would be
Yeah, that would make
Aaron
sense.
Rodgers. UTEP would be Aaron Jones. Iowa
Yep.
State would be Lazard. Yeah, yeah. This is a
Okay.
fun game. This is a
Yeah,
fun
it's
game. A&M.
Texas
Yeah, I know. I can recognize this one pretty easily.
A&M. Um,
I'll give you a hint. The quarterback was a converted receiver.
converted. Oh, Jesus Christ. Um, what
Uh,
is it? No, it's not. I'm like looking at all the teams
the
that we
USC.
haven't done.
Okay, so I think it's Titans. I think it's
Ryan Tannehill.
Titans.
Ryan
I
Tannehill
think
didn't.
didn't he go to A&M? Like, wasn't he at A&M?
I thought Tannehill didn't go there.
Because I think Alabama could mean Derrick Henry,
Oh, that's a good point.
and then USC but Robert Woods. So
Okay, yeah, try that then.
California, Georgia, USC.
The Lions.
Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown receiver. DeAndre Swift. Yeah.
Ohio
Ohio
State.
Bears.
Justin
I can't.
Fields. Yeah, yeah. I would go with the Bears. Yep. Clemson. Oh, that's the Browns. Michigan.
LSU. Oh, is it? Can't.
That's the Bucks, right? Michigan. Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
Yep. Stanford, South Florida, Oregon State. This one's a little tricky. Texans. But that's
Yeah,
the only thing I
I
can
think.
think of.
Yeah, I think it's the
Unless you're
Texans.
still somewhere else.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, North Carolina, SMU.
Trey
Didn't
Lance.
Russell? No, didn't Russell go to no?
Oh
Was he in?
yeah, he did.
Because I know SMU is
He
Cortland
went to
Sutton.
Wisconsin. Yes,
Yeah.
Clemson. Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
All right, now it's getting easy. LSU.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Joe
Ben,
Burrow.
easy.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Oregon. That's the
Falcon.
Falcons, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And then the last one is
Those 49ers.
yeah, we got 31 of them.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense. That makes sense because we don't Trey Lance or Garoppolo, we don't know who was their quarterback. But yeah, that was
Mhm.
pretty fun doing that. I mean, we could do more quizzes like that if there's not a lot to talk about. But yeah, so we should. So next week's episode, I think we're going to talk about. We'll talk MLB draft because the draft starts on the 17th, I believe. So I'll talk about some of the prospects. If there's any hockey news next week, any news like that, football news, basketball news. We might the basketball we kind of covered last week, but we'll see you next Saturday around 4 o'clock.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be
You guys
back next. Yeah, we'll be back next Saturday around that same time.